Hey everybody, this is Dark Side Elite here, and I wanted to do a release the Snyder Cut video here. This is to catch up on a lot of the information I've been reading up on, and also I'm gonna be covering it, but I'm not gonna be doing it every day like a lot of others do, like Chris Wong and even the DC Film Hub, which I should be listening to a lot of their podcasts. I've been very busy with my day job. So I'm gonna try to catch up as much as I possibly can. Now, one of the things we've been hearing is that NYC, the New York Comic Con, it's going on right now. I still think it's going on right now. It made a huge impact. They got a digital board displaying a few of the quotes from people, especially from Zack Snyder, saying he has a cut and it's done. And I was over at the Snyder Con, which we dubbed as the Snyder Con. Also, it has Jason Momoa's couple of phrases saying that he would love to see it. Fuck yeah, he loves to see it. Pardon my French, but that's exactly what he said. Um, and he has seen it, and it is sick. So that's from Jason Momoa, and also from Ciaran Hines, who played the voice of Steppenwolf. He said that what he filmed was so much better than what the hell he saw, and he was verbally disappointed. He spoke out about how bad it was. So there are a lot of people over the years have been talking about this movie and talking about the disgracement that the disgrace that's happened on this movie and what happened to Zach, and now it's starting to come out. It's starting to get more steam. We made a strong impact over at San Diego Comic Con because they didn't make any announcements. So pretty much it was all about the Snyder Cut, and now it's getting even more steam because of New York Comic Con, and also Birds of Prey are down there. The women are promoting their movie. I wish them congratulations. I do. I don't. Even though I have my personal opinions about the movie, I don't want the movie to fail. I do not want Birds of Prey to fail. I want those women to have a great level of success, and I'm going to watch the final product. That's just gonna happen. All right. I want to see how Ewan McGregor is going to do the character, and I definitely want to see how Margot Robbie is going to come at this character too. Is she going to evolve her character a little bit more? But this is about the Snyder Cut. This is completely about the Snyder Cut, and we heard a lot of information. Zack Snyder went down to New York also and basically made a film. I mean, not film, but he made a couple of pictures and posted on his Vero saying that he was very honored and happy that people are still fighting, and they got more money and was able to promote this over in New York Comic Con in the middle of Times Square. And no, I'm sorry, not in the middle of Times Square, but they posted it at where this New York Comic Con is at. So they're not giving up, and a lot of people are asking, what should we do? Can we do more? And he says, no, you are doing it. So he's not giving up either. He does want this movie out. He wants his cut to be released. He wants that for the fans, so everybody gets that finale to the characters, and we can finally move on. I've been saying this for months already. I think that WB, if they really want to get more people on board, release Zack Snyder's cut, let everyone judge it, and move, and then they can finally either move on, or you could take ideas that Zach placed in there and move forward with those elements. Now, one of my biggest things is this. We're hearing that also that J.J. Abrams is tackling to do Superman and Green Lantern. Um, Here's the thing, and this is me being extremely honest, and I'm going to be extremely honest to anybody who tells me. I will never announce J.J. Abrams touching a Superman yet. I will never, ever. I would never, ever do it. If someone says no, that's a no. If you do that, and let's say Zack Snyder's cut does come out, everyone's gonna if what Zack Snyder did at the very end of his Justice League puts Henry Cavill as this is how he wanted to end that Superman. Do you truly think that if people go, oh my God, that's the Superman that I've been wanting to see for this whole time? Do you think that anything that J.J. Abrams is going to touch now is going to want people are going to want to watch? Not you are already going. Some people are not going to care. They're going to move forward. That's fine. But I've said this, and I said this in other videos. J.J. Abrams is a great director, but he's a rehash director. He had 2 TV shows under his belt. He produced and he directed a few episodes, and and the storylines went completely to S. Lost got you lost. Alias, he screwed that whole thing up. Some people are saying he screwed the whole thing up on Alias. Some people love this first Star Trek movie. I love his first Star Trek movie. His second Star Trek movie was not that good. Was not that good to the point where when they did Beyond, it felt like a TV show of Star Trek in a 2 hour format. It was terrible. And they and you again, I don't want to go into that, but and in Star Wars, again, Force Awakens is a good movie, but it's not as great as it could have been because he was rehashing A New Hope and Return of the Jedi all in one film, and the story went almost nowhere. You got characters at pinnacle points in their lives, and they're depressed and they're broken, but but why is Luke depressed? Why is Leia not, why is Leia this way and this way and this way? What the heck is going on? Like, we barely got any, they didn't make their story feel grand. They felt that they made their stories feel more central. Like, why wasn't the New Republic in the middle of this? Why are we not getting the political scene of things? That was where I was feeling like, what the heck is going on? It felt like they were getting rid of so much of the old stuff. You couldn't see what was the bigger picture. And again, that's me. That is all me. I'm not saying that they should do it that way. However, if you look at every version of Star Wars, even the originals, you went to the grandier picture. You couldn't go to the Galactic Senate, you couldn't go to the Empire, mainly because you'd be seeing a whole bunch of Palpatine all over the place. So their bigger scale was what was going on in the rebellion. So you got all the politicking that was going on in the rebellion. Then when we get to the prequels, we're watching a lot of the Senate stuff. So we were getting the bigger picture of how the heck did Palpatine fall. So how did Palpatine become the Emperor? How did that happen? How did Anakin fall to the dark side of the Force? So there was always a grand picture to everything. In this one, it felt so central. It's just like, okay, but where's the political powers? Who's the political powers? Why aren't we getting a lot of that? So it felt like we were just watching the rebellion versus the Empire, but we're not getting the grandeur scope of what's going on in the gigantic universe. We're getting who is Rey, what is Rey, why is Ben here? Okay, let's send him on this mission. It did not feel bigger. It felt smaller in scale. But again, this is about Snyder. I'm sorry, this is about Snyder's cut. But J.J. Abrams is a great director. The problem is he's a rehash artist, and I feel that he doesn't do a great level of justice when it comes down to certain characters. He wants to rehash things that he feels is not right. And in a way, I think that that's what he's going to do with Superman. He's going to go back to the classic Christopher Reeve Superman. And again, a lot of people can like that. I have no problem with that. But I have a problem with that is in this modern age, you can't do campy. Why are you making fun of Superman? Why are you going back to bat repellent Batman or bat shark repellent Batman, or he has everything started the word bat? Those are the laughing stocks of comic books right now. Comic books are not funny pages. They're actually graphic novels now. They're more adult. They're getting to be more between 16 to 22 now. They're not 6 to 12. That's gone because little kids are not reading that many comic books anymore. They're actually playing they're playing video games, or they're playing on their phones. They're not reading video games. You're getting more of the older people reading video games. I'm sorry, wow, I'm reading comic books now. And they're looking at it more as a graphic novel than anything else. So, you can have those heartwarming stories like a Shazam or a Wonder Woman, or in some elements, The Flash, or even Aquaman. But the crux of Superman and Batman, you got to tell a little bit more grittier stories, because Superman, you can still have him as the shining hope, but if the story does not feel gritty, doesn't feel dark to make him shine as this great hero, then all you're doing is making a much more campier version of Superman. That's my opinion. Okay, I'll leave it there. It is the reasons why a lot of people like Zack Snyder's take on Superman, because he wasn't making Superman dark. He was making the world dark around Superman, because he had no aspirations. He had no aspirations to become a superhero. He didn't know what the heck he was going to be doing. But when he became a hero, you now have to you have to darken the world around him to make him have a great understanding of how can I be a shining beacon in this dark world. And having Batman in there, it really, really helped because the world is Batman reflects to the world that's around him, and he's a very dark character, and that's perfectly fine. Now, um, now there's more rumors out there, and I'm actually pretty happy about this. That Zack Snyder revealed that Lennox, the General Henry Lennox, who played as General Swanwick since Man of Steel, through some storyboards, is actually Martian Manhunter. That actually, to me, was the best casting because he has a great voice. He has a great acting chops. This man can do a lot of roles. He's played a villain. He's played a gangster. He's played a dad. He's played many, many roles over his career. And I think that him being Martian Manhunter, to me, is almost in the same vein as Carl Lumbly being the voice actor for Martian Manhunter for the Justice League cartoons. That, to me, feels a lot closer. Putting nothing down to the CW version of Martian Manhunter from Supergirl, but it does not feel like Martian Manhunter. That doesn't feel like John Johns. That to me feels more like, okay, they're just trying to figure him out. Now, we don't know nothing about this because this was all storyboard. We don't know if this has been filmed. We don't know if this is in a movie, but he put out those storyboard to tell, hey, I put in Martian Manhunter in Justice League, and it's in relevance to the picture. If you've ever looked at some of the behind the scenes pictures, there was a black and white picture of of Martha talking to Lois at the Kent farm and talking to him about, and this was the relevance to why Lois, when he came back, he's supposed to be not himself. He didn't know how to handle his powers, and then Lois did the words that Martha did back in Man of Steel to put yourself on an island and concentrate on her voice, concentrate on her only, and I was actually able for him to regress everything and finally get his senses back. She was able to get him back. That's what that scene was, because she reveals the story of how he was able to control his powers. And you're telling me that Martian Manhunter knew about that and basically revealed that to Lois. That would be cool, but we don't know that scene. That was only told to us. So a lot of us thought that scene was supposed to be where Lois and Martha are talking about, Clark and some of the things that he had to go through when he was little and with his powers and everything. So we also contributed to that. That would be very interesting that Martian Manhunter knew this whole time about him, but didn't know if Superman would trust him. And a lot of people are attributing the whole situation in Man of Steel of the scene where he went to the military office and he got arrested, and then he walked up to the glass and you saw a reflection of him, and then on the other side of the glass it was Lennox. And some people are like, well, if you look at that whole scene, when he broke the handcuffs and walked up, everyone backed the heck up and he didn't. Some people are like, well, it's because it's Martian Manhunter. If Superman was going to throw down, they would throw down. No, because if you look at the whole scene as a whole, when he first got there, he didn't show any level of resistance. He didn't. And then on top of that, he said to Lois, why the heck you let him handcuff me? He goes, well, that just makes them feel safe. So from a general's point of view, if this guy really wanted to get angry and started hurting us, he would have done it. So when he broke the handcuffs and got up and walked, the general's not going to back up instantly like that. No, he's going to sit there and he's going to ascertain the situation. He's going to ascertain the whole situation and just go, okay, what is he going to do? So I added to the scene. Of it's John evaluating, is Superman going to be a threat? Because if Superman's going to be a threat, he's going to have to take him down. But that's what he was doing. He was ascertaining, is he going to be a threat? But if he was going to be, because he's not going to basically start fidgeting like any other human. Now, Colonel Hardy, he jumped up and he basically put himself in front of he just jumped up. He didn't back up completely. Everyone else did, but Colonel Hardy just got aware because he was going to get ready to do something just in case. But you're talking about a general. And he's at the time, I think he was like a 2-star or a 3-star general. That means this man has been through a lot of wars. So I personally feel that I don't want people to take away from the scene, but I want them to add to the scene, add to the whole mythos that they're trying to build. And Zach was trying to say that Martian Manhunter, if that is Martian Manhunter, and it is, he's just ascertaining, is Superman going to be a threat? He's not going to be afraid as a general of anybody. He can't afford that. That means it's gonna mess up his how he's going to command his troops. And that's how I feel that they were trying to do that scene. Colonel Hardy is just a colonel. He's gonna jump in, and everything else. He's not a general, especially, and he's not a 2-star general. And at the end of, and when we met up with Hardy, I'm not Hardy, but when we met up with Sandwick was a 4-star general. So I don't know if he was a 4-star in Man of Steel, because that's a huge jump for him. But I mean, I don't know what his status was as a general. But if he was a 4-star general, he's not gonna sweat this guy. He's not gonna sweat Superman. He's not gonna be afraid of him, because if he's gonna harm anybody, either the general's gonna be proven right and the general's gonna die because he knows there's nothing we can do to stop him, or two, if he's being Martian Manhunter, he's gonna have to throw down with him anyway. So to anybody if you really think about the scene, he's not going to sweat him regardless, because the general is not going to go, oh my God, we got to run. No, he's going to go, okay, well, there's nothing we could do to stop him. He's going to kill us. He's going to kill all of us. There's nothing we could do. Shoot him down and slow him down as much as you can so we can get away, but there's nothing we could do to stop him. There's nothing we could do to stop this guy. So just stand firm. Stand firm. But the scene was constructed that way. Now, to me, a lot of people are gonna probably ask me, what do I think of it? I think it's a great idea. I think that having Martian Manhunter, he's been there, and we don't know how long he's been there. I'm only gonna suggest that Martian Manhunter's probably been there. I would say have him there since World War One. Have him there since World War One. He knows about Wonder Woman. He knows about Wonder Woman. He knows about Themyscira. He knows about all this stuff that's going on Earth. He knows a lot of stuff. So if they ever do decide to move forward with Zack Snyder's universe, and we get that the story, you could easily say that John Jones has been there. He's been there for a very, very long time, and there's nothing they could do there's nothing you can say against that. So, okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Almost lost my thoughts here. Okay, sorry about that. But my thoughts are having him there. He's been there since World War One. That means he knows a lot of stuff. You can say that he had an understanding of the mother boxes. Or you can literally say he was there 5,000 years ago, so he knew about the mother boxes. He thought that the mother boxes were all inert. But I don't think they should do that. But I think that they should have it where he's been on Earth for, let's say, over 100 years. So he doesn't know nothing about those mother boxes. He doesn't know that they can't. He doesn't know what Wonder Woman and Aquaman know. But he knows about them because he's been part of the military for so long, and he's been shifting his face for so freaking long, and his name. So you could say that there was never a General Swanwick. You could say that he goes back to his name, and his name is John Jones, but he changes his face and uses a low level telepathy to make everyone forget about General Swanwick, that Swanwick is dead or something like that, and he goes back to his name. That he's always loved the name John Jones, and that'd be really cool. A lot of people would actually go, hey, that's cool. Now, I think that having Martian Manhunter in there was a really great idea. Probably one of the best things in the movie, for the movie. And then you're building for the Green Lantern. So there was a lot of things they were gonna do in there, and having Martian Manhunter in there, oh god, I think a lot of people would freak out. A lot of people would scream hype. I think a lot of people would actually appreciate everything that Zach was trying to put in that movie, and how much value and love he had for these characters. Now, my now I'm gonna end it here. Like I said, there are a lot of things that's going on. I will keep apprised of it, and I will definitely let you guys know. But I mean, I will only do the release of Snyder Cut, the tagline, only when I know there's a lot more information. I don't want to cover this every single day. There are other things I want to talk about, especially about Titans, and the CW seasons are starting up pretty soon. Hell, there's even some stuff that's going on with the streaming service, and other movies coming out soon. Birds of Prey, and I will give it an opportunity. I will give it a chance to tell me what the story is. Um, and I will leave it there. So like, comment, share, subscribe down below. Leave a message. Tell me what you guys think of all of this. What do you think of the Snyder Cut? How bad you want to see it? How bad you want to see that 3.5 hour version? And if you do watch it, are you gonna stick around for the rest of the DCU? If you are, great. If you're not, why? Why do you want to leave? I think that if we do get the Snyder Cut, I think we should fight for them to at least keep Henry Cavill, because I have a feeling that Ben will not want to come back. So, but if we can at least keep Henry Cavill, then let's move forward. And then I would say that J.J. Abrams should announce a Superman, and let us engulf what Zack Snyder was going to end with, and let's see if that's something we want to see more of. Me personally, I would love for them to keep moving forward with Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, because I want to see the evolution of Lex. I want to see him grow and get better and better and become more of that maniacal villain that we all know him to be. Okay, that's all I want to see. I don't want to just basically have a Lex and then we completely undo that version Lex to bring in an older man Lex because we feel that that's the right way to do it. No, I think that let us see his growth, and then let's judge to see the growth, the progress of his growth. That's what the movies are supposed to do. That's what these overarching movies are supposed to do. Have the characters grow. You can't just get a villain right off the bat and think that, okay, he's going to basically do it. Now, Aquaman did Black Manta right. In my perspective, they did him right. He already had a beef with Aquaman. He and his father already had a huge beef with Aquaman. And then his anger towards but Aquaman's father, I mean, not Aquaman's father, I mean, Black Manta's father perpetuated it more by almost attacking him, and basically Arthur saying, you know what, let the oceans decide your fate, and he leaves him. He could have saved him. He created one of the worst villains he's ever had to deal with, and now you got a Black Manta that has Atlantean technology. He knows he could hurt Aquaman with this technology. He just has to improve his tech, and he can most likely kill Arthur. And that's what I would like for them to do. That's what I would like for us to see. I would like to see them grow the villains. And that means that Black Manta is not Black Manta in the movie. He's not Black Manta. He's just David Kane. That's his name. His name is David Kane in the movie. So he's not Black Manta. He just became Black Manta the moment he finished his suit and he went after Arthur the second time. So I think that we should see the growth of Lex Luthor. And I understand people want a more older Lex because Jesse Eisenberg didn't, quote unquote, do it right. But there was a reasoning why Zack wrote Lex that way. And I understand that people they have a displeasement over that. But I feel that Jesse would have been perfect for Lex, a young Lex that wants to basically get rid of God because he cannot allow God to win. There was a lot there, especially in BVS. You can see it in his face. He really said, I cannot allow you to win. He's not angry with the man. He's angry with the sin. He doesn't like Superman. He has no care about Clark Kent, Superman, the man. He just doesn't like the symbol. He doesn't like what Superman represents. And that to me gives me more to his character than anything else, because that's the crux of Lex Luthor. He has no care about who Superman is. He's like, dude, anybody can put on an S. The symbol is what he hates, and that's what I like about it. And those are the essences of those characters. So again, I will leave it here. You guys have a great one, and I hope that we all get this cut very soon. I think that once the Joker gets his steam rolling. We're gonna find out next week how that next weekend, the end of this week is gonna be is not gonna be clutch, but it's gonna be detrimental to to how much money it's gonna make. But this is a great level of success for the Joker, and I hope that it literally breaks it destroys Justice League's record. I hope that it destroys it. I hope that it makes a lot of money, and it shows that a lot of people, really a good amount of people, and it starts to grow that more people, they do want director driven films that feels very unique. They don't want the same cookie cutter type of movies that much anymore. And Marvel can go ahead and keep doing that. That's their bread and butter, and that's perfectly fine. But not everyone should do the same cookie cutter type of movies. And um and and WB did the greatest respect by telling critics, go take a hike. If you don't like the movie, that's perfectly fine. But we're not gonna curtail you anymore. We're tired of it because we did it, and you still lambasted our movie. You still destroyed the movie. So no, we put our heart and our soul into pleasing you, to giving you the Justice League that you want, and you still lambasted the movie. So they're tired of it. They're not gonna curtail to them anymore. And then on top of it, when Shazam came out, they still didn't freaking give it a huge level of buzz. So it's like damn it they do, damn it they don't. So for them, it's stand behind their directors, let their directors do their films, let the fans decide, because you got how many millions of fans who are going to watch these movies, paying their hard-earned money, and the trailers got to attract them in. The feel of it, and the cast telling you this is what I like, and this and this and this and this. And those are the publicities that they need, not critics. Critics are usually getting in these movies to watch it for free, and they're only telling, quote unquote, their opinions. They're not analyzing movies. They're telling their opinions. And that's not what a critic's supposed to do. They're supposed to criticize the movie. They're supposed to analyze the movie, talk about the story, talk about this, talk about that. They're not there to say, well, I think that this movie is blah, blah, blah. No, they should say the movie, the story of Joker has a feel that makes you feel this. That's analyzation. That's criticizing the movie. But what a lot of these bloggers and critics do, and that's what destroyed Zack Snyder's whole universe, is the fact that WB was trying to make Marvel money when they are not that type of production company. They are a production company that's made different levels of movies, and people loved them. They don't need to curtail to these critics. Marvel had to. Marvel had to kiss their butts to get these criticisms, because they felt that they were not going to be able to sell family-friendly movies to an audience that is still enamored with Batman. And you're telling me that they're not going to be enamored with Superman or Wonder Woman or Aquaman? They're ready for all this stuff, but they're not. But a lot of fans are starting to see that Marvel is not caring anymore. They just want to slap on a label, their name on a label on a movie, and say, go watch this movie because it's episodic and you can't miss it. And you're gonna get those fans. And I have nothing against that. It's like if I have a problem with McDonald's, I'll have a problem with McDonald's with their business decisions, not with the fact that they make phenomenal freaking burgers or their clown crack sticks, which is called fries. But I'll only have a problem with them if they keep advancing and they're eating out the competition by being the more monopolized type of burger joint. That would be a problem to me. And that's what Disney and Marvel are doing. They're trying to capitalize and dwindle out any other levels of competition so people go watch their movies. Disney has so many other problems that's going on right now, and Marvel right now is stagnating because their Phase 4 is not up to snuff for a lot of people. They're like, what the heck? When's the next Avenger film? Avengers 5 is not going to be out until 2022. Get the heck out of here. So you're telling me we got to wait another 3 more years till we get another Avengers film? No, I'm not waiting that long. And you got people not caring about any of this property. They have no care about a lot of these characters. You're not cementing in another Ant-Man. They should have been making another Ant-Man. They should have made Doctor Strange by now. They should have been already in production for Black Panther, and they should have been doing Captain Marvel. Despite how I feel about Captain Marvel, make another Captain Marvel film, make another Spider-Man film, get those other big name films into the mix first, and then start advancing the Eternals and all this other property that you can easily make. But they're not doing that. They're trying to give you what the heck is this? And it feels in the same vein of what they were doing with Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor. They're trying to get the more obscure characters that nobody hears of and build off of that again. So they were going to get another rinse and repeat of what they were doing over 13 years ago. Nah, I'm good. So to me, I personally feel that WB is in the ripe position. They're in the ripe position, not the ripe, like a fruit, ripe fruit position to literally start taking back the market. And the best way to do it is release the Snyder Cut. Just release that cut. Let people congest that movie. Talk about it. Get Zack Snyder in front of a camera. Let him talk about a lot of the stuff. Get Ray, get Ezra, get Ben, get Henry, get Gal, get Jason. Get the cast talking about this movie. Let them talk about the situations that happen and how happy they are about this, and get Jason going, F yeah, yeah, yeah. Get Ezra and Ray out there going, yeah, we got this cut. Get Ben and Henry and Gal being the professionals that they are, but they're happy. And you want to see Ben looking happy about this. You don't want to see sad fleck anymore. You want to see Ben smiling, and he's happy that the fact that this movie can come out, and you get his personal take on it. I don't want Kevin Smith interviewing him. I want him being interviewed by other people, talking about how does it feel about this Snyder Cut, and why didn't he want to talk about it? Stuff like that. Just get into the guff of why didn't he want to talk about it? Was it the whole situation? However, but this will be, if they do this, get a lot of face by the cast that they are happy that this cut is finally out. Watch how many people go to that theater, because they're now listening from the cast themselves saying they are so happy that this film is out. They are happy that the fact that people can be able to digest this film, and they want to hear the positives and negatives, and see, is it something that they can actually continue forward with. You could not continue with Ben Affleck's Batman. You could continue with another Batman. I think a lot of people would be okay. But I think, like myself, I will be a little upset, but I will be able to at least move on. As if you can keep Ray, keep Ezra, keep Henry, keep Gal, keep Jason, I think that a lot of people will be okay with Ben Affleck not being Batman. I think a lot of people will be okay with it, and Ben can move on and do other projects. But there are so many people that will say right off the bat, and I am one of them, if they don't keep Henry Cavill as Superman, I am done, and I will be completely done with all of this. I said it with J.J. Abrams. I think he'll rehash Superman. He will rehash 1978 modern Donner Superman, and it's going to be terrible. It's going to be boring. It's not going to be, there's not going to be any action in it. It'll be rare on action. It's just trying to get down to the scope of the hero. It's just going to be really, really bad. So again, I'm going to leave it here. Like, comment, share, subscribe down below. Hit that bell. I'll try to get many moves out as much as I can. You guys have a great one. Thanks for sticking with me for this long. I'm sorry it took so long, and I had to leave for a little bit. But I'm going to work really hard to get out some more videos. Okay? You guys have a great one. Bye.